everyone and welcome to the next educational content tutorial. In this educational content tutorial we are going to focus a specific subject, which is using an email account. In this particular case we are going to use the Gmail service in order to how to understand what is an email, how does it work, and how to send an email, to several contacts, how to attach image, and so go on. So what is an email? An email is basically an electronical way of sending messages to someone that is far from us or is away from us. For example, I want to send a message to my coworker, to my colleague, to my friend, to a familiar of mine that is, for example, in another country or in another region, city, or even in another place that is distant of my place. So in order to do that, I can send them a message. But how can I do that? So it's actually really simple. I can send a message by using a service that is an email, an electronic email, an electronic mail. So there are different types of electronic mails. There are Gmail, there are Outlook, there are other email accounts that you can use, but in this case we are going to use Gmail. So in order to do that, let us start by going to our browser. In this case, I'm using Google Chrome. You can use either other browser which you prefer. Okay. So when I enter in my browser, I already have the Google page open, the Google search engine open. If not, you just need to type in this search bar google.com, and you automatically enter on the Google web homepage, in this case on the Google search engine. So like I mentioned previously, we are going to use Gmail. And Gmail is an email a service available, or in this case provided by Google, in which you can send emails, you can send images, links, videos, whatever the content that you wish to send to everybody or to specifically a person, you can send by this service. Okay, imagine it's like traditional mail. When you receive a letter in your house or at your home, you receive a letter. This is the same concept, so it works digitally, it works via internet, so it's all virtual. You can send a message, but it's totally through a virtual channel. So let us start to enter on Gmail. So as you can see, when you enter the Google search engine, you have an option in the top right corner that says Gmail. So let's click it. After you click it, it's going to ask you if you want to sign in continuing a previously Gmail that you already developed, that you already created, or if you want with sign in with a different account. I'm going to sign in with this account that I already created in another video that you already saw and that is already available. Okay, so if you have any doubts on how to create a Google account, check our other video about that content. Okay, so here I'm going to type my password and I'm going to enter on this Gmail, okay, specifically. So this is the standard interface, or in this case the standard layout of a Gmail. It's the aspect, by a simple term. So this is what you see, or in this case what you can see at your home when you're going to access Gmail. Okay, so it has a pretty simple layout, and we're going to decipher a little bit more ahead, but like I said, it's a really simple layout. In this section here you have your contacts. Okay, in order to make a chat. We already seen that also in another video, which was on about the Google Hangouts. On the Google Hangouts video, you already saw how the chat system works. And in this video, it is also mentioned here, the chat that we experienced on Google Hangouts. So here are our contacts, or chat contacts. Okay, in this section here are options, in this case topics, in which I can click it and it refers to my emails, so the emails that I get in my inbox. So the inbox, it's the place here that receives the new emails from persons, from clients, from whoever wants to send you an email. Okay, so in the inbox, it's your latest emails, your latest message, by a simple term, that you receive. Okay, so like you can see, I just have this message here, which is a predefined message, a dummy value, about Google, saying welcome to your new Google account, Pedro, and etc. etc. So it's a really standard message that we receive on our email accounts when creating a new Gmail account. So when I click on it, as you can see, it makes an over effect. Can you see this over effect? So when I clicked, I can read all the email content, all the message, okay? And here, let us check some options. So when I read my message, I can already mark as a favorite. For example, in this star symbol, I can mark this content as a favorite, and it comes to this separator, starred. I can reply. In this case, I can answer the person that send me an email. I can reply to them, and I have more options. For example, forward. I can. So what is the meaning of forward? The meaning of forward is that I can send this message to someone else in order for them to read. I'm not answering them. I'm sending the same message, the same content, to another person to have that information. So I'm not replying. I'm not saying hello or dear friend or dear colleague, here it is, etc., etc. No, I'm just, for example, placing this message in a body and send to other person in order for them to read the information, okay? So that's forward. I can filter, I can print, okay? And I can add this contact to my contacts list. I can delete the message, I can block, I can report spam, report phishing, show the original, translate message, down message, or mark as unread. What is spam? What is phishing? Okay, so let us explain these two types of contents, because it's also important to have a safe conscience in this case, or to be safe when we are using our electronic services, for example, like Gmail, or like an app, or like browsing a website. We need to do that safely. So in order to do that, we need to understand some concepts that are around this type of environments, of these digital environments, and I need to understand those concepts to browse safely through these systems. So spam is basically garbage, it's rubbish, it's nonsense that sometimes we receive as information. So it's information that is not reliable, that is not viable, but that we can receive from example, from advertising, from other labels, from unknown contacts. So sometimes it happens that our email accounts are full of spam. So it's like we enter on websites, we enter on other pages to obtain information that we are interested, and those pages gather our contacts, gather our links, and send us contents to us. But that's contents that are not safe sometimes for watch, and I need to report as spam. And Gmail has that option available. So whenever you need, just mark as spam when you receive something that you are not fully sure that is viable, okay? Very important. Phishing, it's for example, ways of obtaining your data through the email. So when you see that is an email requesting personal data, okay, for example, your name, identification, bank account, stuff like that, those details that we are only reserved for ourselves or for official services, for example, like a bank, I need to report it as phishing, okay? I hope it's clear for you to understand what is spam, garbage, okay? Electronic garbage that we sometimes receive, and phishing, which is a scheme, for example, a scheme of obtaining data through digital services, okay? So this is the more options. So after that, what else we have here? The same options, but here, that are like, for example, that are below. For example, archive, report spam, delete, mark as unread, snooze, move to a folder, we can create a folder, or a label, okay? More options, it's the same things that we already seen in here, okay? The settings, but this we're going to see a bit further on, okay? In this right sidebar, you have the calendar. For example, it opens the calendar, and you can mark, for example, data that you want, a meeting, or something else that you need. So it's still loading, but we can see further on too. You have notes on Google Keep, okay, for example, to take a note on something, and you have tasks. For example, if you want to make a task for tomorrow, for example, answering my friend's something, Ethan, or answering my friend Paula, doesn't matter, okay? The calendar is still loading, which is a shame, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. Let us see if it works again. Doesn't seem so. Okay, so these are other options. Let's focus on Gmail. So what else? Like I said, these are labels, and you can also create a new label or create a new folder. So when you create a new label, for example, products, okay, and it's automatically went here, products. For example, emails that you receive from stores or newsletters, you can group those emails and send them to this label, to products. Okay, I can say that this email, I click on labels and say it's not an update, it's on products. Okay, see, products. So when I go to products, here's the email. Okay, that's how labels work. It categorizes, filters our information that we decide that are products or other stuff, other type of content that I decide that message, that email is. Okay. What else? What else? So now let us see the option to compose. Okay, let's compose a message. Let's compose an email to someone. In order to do that, I click on this button that says compose and to. So this is really important. To whom? To your contacts that you already added on your Gmail account, on your Google account. For example, we saw that on Google Hangouts. Remember the contact parts? And here you can also to a specific email. For example, an email of your friend, an email of your familiar, of your colleague, of your co-worker. Doesn't matter. So it's to whom I'm going to send this email. I'm going to write another email that I have in order to send this email. I'm going to send enter. When you press enter, it adds the contact. See the label here that involves the contact? That this is how you can know that the contact is already placed here. So another contact here, I'm going to put another. So here place an email that you know, or ask your parents, ask your friends, ask your colleagues to send you the email in order to make a test email. We're going to send a test email to someone, okay? It doesn't matter if it's Gmail or other email, it works with everyone. It works with every email that exists in order for you to send a message, okay, to them. Okay, I think this is enough. The subject is test, and I'm going to say, hi, this is a test email. A smile face, okay? Truly yours. And my name. So, a really simple structure of an email. An introduction, always thank or for the time that the people are going to send to whom you're going to send this message, this email. So always be thankful, always be respectful, okay? Don't be like so blunt. For example, here it is, and your signature, okay? And then you sign your name. A really simple structure of how to send an email, okay? The content, the cordial, for example, the cordial sign out, and then your signature. After that, we could send our email. It's all set to send the email. So what else do we have here? When you click on to again, in the part of context, you have a CC and a BCC. So the CC, it's basically other contacts that are going to as well receive this message. Not the main ones, but alternative contacts that also receive this email, okay? For example, I can say that I will directly send to Pedro and to Felipa, but I also can name other people to see this email, to check this email if they want. Okay, it's not direct to them, but they also can see it, okay? So that's the CC option. The BCC option, it's contacts that don't know that I also send this email to other contacts, okay? It's like an incognito. So, for example, I select Pedro, I select Paulo, I select Felipa, but I put them on the BCC option here, as you can see, and they don't know that Felipa received the email, Paulo received the email, and Pedro received the email, okay? It's, for example, they are individually sent, okay? Not grouped, for example, Pedro, Paulo, Felipa, etc. No, it's individual send the emails, okay? So these are the options CC and BCC. After that, we have options that concern formatting options of the text. When I select it, okay, I can change the font, the type font, the size, if it's bold, if it's italic, underline, if it has text color or background color, okay. For example, like this, see, it's orange. Let's keep it to black. The line options, and if you want, numbered list. And you also have more formatting options here, okay? For example, to indent more, indent less, quote, or bulleted lists, okay? So text formatting options here. The next symbol is a really important one. It's the attachments. Okay, so what are attachments? Attachments are contents, pieces of contents like images, videos, documents, files, whatever I want that I can attach to my email. Okay, it's like I'm going to buy a new shirt, for example, and I'm browsing online. Okay, and I'm saying, okay, I want to buy this, and attached comes the shirt. So here is the same. Attached goes a content, another type of content, instead of only being text. So I'm going to attach something. For example, I'm going to attach an image. For example, this one. Okay, and it automatically identifies my image name, okay, and it adds the image here in this label that you can remove it if you want it. Okay, if you want to add more files, just click again on the symbol of attached files and select other image. Okay, quite simple. If you want to remove it, just click on the X symbol. After that, you have insert link. For example, let's place a link. Let's place, for example, the link of Google. Okay, so I select it, I copy it, and I paste it. Oh, sorry, here. Okay, and automatically makes our link. Another option, it's the emojis. So it's basically emotional icon faces that you can place, a smiley face, happy smiley face, you know that. Insert files using your Google Drive, okay. Another options. Insert photo. So this is an attached file. This image is an attached file. It's not going to be shown here on this white space, which is the display space that you have for your text. Okay, but if you want to place an image there, you can. Just for example, upload again the same image, and this image goes to the body text. See? Here it is. And finally, you have turn confidential mode on off, if this message is confidential or not. So these are the basic options on how to send an email. After that, just click on send and message sent. If you want, you can undo, or you can view your message. See? The image that we placed on the body text, links, and attached files. Okay? What else we have here on Gmail? Well, we also have search email here. For example, if I place a name of a contact that I sent an email and search, see, text, the email that we sent like 2 minutes ago, okay, to this person, Felipe. So when I write a name here of a contact, it will show, when I click it, emails that I change, that I sent or not to those people. Okay, so what else do we have? So this pretty much covers what is Gmail and how to send an email. Of course, there are a little bit more intricate options, but I think it's a simple way of putting on how Gmail works, and it's actually quite simple.